Hey YouTube, it's Cherise here again, and as you can see, I look a little different or odd, don't I? It's because I just took off my foundation. I tried mixing these two colors together, the carob and the au chocolat, because I think the au chocolat is, I don't know, like in person, and when I look in the mirror sometimes, like different lighting, it just looks like it's just a little bit too light, and so I thought I would mix it with carob, but the two together, I just didn't like it. So now I think I'm going to, I don't know, do I want to try hazelnut or a beautiful bronze, the stick foundation, or do I just want to use a foundation that I know looks good? Like you can kind of see the color right here, the two mixed together. I don't know, I just didn't like the way it was looking and it was bothering me, so I thought I would come on here and talk to you guys. This is kind of going to be a chit chat, get ready with me, I guess. I literally just wiped it off with a baby wipe. I'm not even going to prime or anything or go through my whole process. I think I'm just going to put on some Revlon Color Stay in mahogany because I know that looks good. But this is gonna be a chit chat, get ready with me about like lovers and friends. As of late, I've really been thinking about like, my future and what I want, where I want to be in life in the next, 5, 10 years. And I'm turning 23 in like 33 days. And my parents came up last night for my teacher education program induction, and we were just like talking at the dinner table, and I was just like, thinking about marriage and kids and all that type stuff, and it's just like it's just so hard. It seems like where I am now in my life to find people who are genuinely living like a Christian lifestyle and are actually practicing what they preach, and like really seeking Christ. And that's why I feel like I just don't have friends and why I'm not dating anyone, because there's like no men that are Christians. And then there just aren't too many people that I feel like are in the same place as I am, which is I'm really trying to strengthen my relationship with God. And I just feel like there's not that many people my age who are really focused on that, like that have that as a priority. And it's kind of discouraging because I spend a lot of my time alone, but I'm also working a lot. So I don't work alone. Luckily, I work with people, I work with children. So I'm around kids a lot. But when I'm not with kids, or, coming up soon, marching band season's going to be over. So I'm going to have a lot more free time to actually, do stuff and whatnot. But it's just so hard to, like I said, to find people who are like, that have the same priorities in life as I do. And that's kind of discouraging. And it's like, I just want friends who are doing something with their life. Like, people, like, one of my favorite quotes is dreams become reality one choice at a time. And I want friends who are making the choices to make their dreams a reality, not just talking about their dreams, but actually making moves to make those dreams that they have come true, because that's what I'm doing. And I want friends who are on that same level with that same kind of mindset. One of my coworkers is texting me now. I wonder what he said. Um, he's asking about the Halloween celebration that we're having at my job tonight. And I don't know, it's just like discouraging, like, because it's like when you're trying to do the right thing and be the best person that you can be the best Christian that you can be, bad company corrupts good morals. The Bible says that in 1 Corinthians 15, verse 33, I believe. And I just don't want to associate myself with people who are going to be bad company and who are going to take my focus off what's most important, which is my relationship with God. And so it's just like sometimes you get into this mindset that, I'm going to be forever single, or I'm going to be forever friendless, which I have acquaintances, but I don't really have too many friends. And my one friend that I do have, she now has a full-time job, so now we don't get to spend time together. Jackie, just kidding. It's not like a bash towards her, but it's just like, we don't get to spend time together, me and Jackie, because she has a job and she's married. So she has a husband. And so, I'm just like wanting, I want those kind of strong relationships with people, but the type of people I want to build those relationships with, those strong bonds and relationships with, what is this? What are those? I've been having the hardest time with like matching my foundation lately. Like, I don't know what's going on with my eyes, my skin, my color matching. Like, I'm so over it. But like the kind of people who I want to build those strong relationships with are just not anywhere in my proximity. And it's just frustrating because like I guess I'll just stay inside alone tonight. And it's like all my roommates are pretty cool people, but they're all in relationships, so they're always like spending time with their significant others, with their boyfriends. And so I'm kind of either like the third wheel, the fifth wheel, the seventh wheel. And I don't mind it, but it gets old sometimes, and it's just like, you just don't always want to be that person. Like, sometimes I feel like they're kind of dragging me around. Like, well, Cherise has nothing to do and she doesn't really have any other friends besides us, so we'll just invite her to come along. And which, I don't mind. I enjoy spending time with them and their significant others and whatever, but at the same time, it's like, I wish that there are more opportunities for me to meet other young Christian adults who really are taking their Christianity seriously, and a way for me to meet young Christian men that are potential like their husband material. Because I do want to get married one day, and I would love to have kids if my spouse wants to have kids. I'm fine not having any children, but if whoever I marry wants children, I'll give you some children. We can have some children. But it's just like the pickings are like non-existent, and that's just kind of discouraging when it comes to friendship and when it comes to future spouses. I'm just like, well, it was really funny because at dinner last night, my parents were telling me that there's this lady at church who I love, Miss Helen, who is like, she's been praying that I don't end up like her daughter, which her daughter is my mom's age and just had her second child like 2 or 3 years ago. So at my mom is, geez, so she was 43. So like in her 40s, she had her second child, which means in her late 30s, she had her first child. And Miss Helen has been praying that I don't end up like that, like having my kids so late in life. But I do think I'm going to be one of those people who gets married later in life, because I'm not just going to settle for whoever. And I mean, I could have a boyfriend if I wanted to, but he wouldn't be a Christian, most likely. He wouldn't be a godly man. I mean, there's guys here, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just not, I'm not trying to find a boyfriend for the sake of having a boyfriend, or trying to date just to date, or I'm not going to just hang out with people for the sake of hanging out with people. I want to build strong relationships with people who are going places in life, because I feel like it's a waste of time, a waste of my time, to try and build relationships and bonds with people who aren't going anywhere and who aren't doing anything with their life. And so that's just how I've been feeling about just like lovers and friends. Like, I want quality lovers. Well, not lovers. I want a quality lover, and I want quality friendships with quality people. And I just don't want to settle, and I shouldn't have to settle. So, yeah. Yeah, I put on the Revlon Color Stay in mahogany. And now I'm going to set it with some Black Radiance powder and bronze glow. But yeah, it's just how I've been feeling lately. It's just like, I just want quality friends and quality men to get to know and potentially date and marry. I just want quality friendships with quality people. But I just feel like so many people are either trying to figure out what they want to do still, which is totally fine, or there's people who are like, I have these dreams, I want to do this and this and this, and I want to do that and that and that, but they're not doing anything to make those dreams a reality. And that really bothers me. People who just talk and don't act. It also bothers me people who like claim to be Christians, which I used to be one of these people, but they aren't living the lifestyle. That also bothers me. Basically being a hypocrite, which is one thing I have really been working on since this summer, is not being a hypocrite, which is why I'm celibate, which is why I'm not in a relationship, which is why I don't make out with people or go to parties or go to the club and all that stuff, which is why I don't bar hop, which is why I stayed in on Halloween. You know, and it's not like I'm trying to put other people down who do choose to do those things, because that's ultimately your choice. But I know for myself, it's not good for me to put myself in those type of situations where basically sin is all around me. Because it's much easier to sin when you're around sin, and it's much easier to be good when you're around good. Like, I feel like that's true for anything and everyone. Okay, this looks so much better. And I don't know, I've just been kind of frustrated lately with like that whole thing, like just not really having anyone to really relate to or talk to that is like on my same level and trajectory and mindset. And so I've been trying to get to know new people and like kind of, well, not necessarily random people, but just like different people that live in my building. Like there's some guys across the hall that are Northerners, and like they seem pretty chill, but they definitely aren't Christians. But you know, I'm just trying to like, I don't know, just get to know different people. If I can't find any people that are on the same level, at least I can, you know, just try and gain perspective by hanging out with a whole bunch of different people who aren't like me. Gain perspective and maybe be a light to them, but you know, one day at a time, taking it slow. So it's just something I've been really frustrated about, because I just feel like people just, I don't know, they just don't take their relationship with God seriously. They don't take Christianity seriously, and they just, a lot of people my age are just constantly compromising their faith so that they can have a social life or so that they can have friends. And I'm not one of those people, and I don't want to do that. And so I'm going to title this video kind of like Lovers and Friends. And I have makeup on my earring now, which I need to wipe off. But I don't want to wipe it off with my hand, because in my hand it's going to be covered in makeup. I'll use what I sleep in to wipe it off. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know. Let me know if you have any ideas on how I can meet like-minded, ambitious, determined Christian young people and men. But really, I'm just looking more for friendship. What makes me really sad is that I used to get that like fulfillment with being around like-minded Christians my age. When I would go to Bible talk, and I'm sure I have several videos, like old videos from like my freshman year that I would go to Bible talk. But that group kind of fell apart because the leaders kept changing, and then we had students come from like different schools in the area, like in Charlotte, and they would all meet here at Winthrop, which is in South Carolina, and Charlotte's in North Carolina. And I miss that group so much, because that was like my one day a week where I got to spend time with people who were actually trying to truly live a Christian lifestyle, that they were really practicing what they preach. And we would study together, study the Bible together, and sometimes we'd have meals together. And I really miss the people in that group, and I wish that they lived closer so that I could spend more time with them. But they don't, and everyone, you know, we all have lives, and we're all busy, and we're all working. That's another thing about making friends with people who are like me, is that, like Jackie, she's so busy, we both work, and so we're always doing stuff, and it's just hard to have a social life and make your dreams become a reality. It's hard just to balance all of that. And why is there this hole like in my eyeshadow? It's really annoying. I'm over it though right now. This eyeshadow, not like friendship or whatever, just this eyeshadow deal situation. Oh well, it doesn't have to be perfect. But yeah, I thought I would just come in and chit chat about that. So that is my rant of the day. And like I said, if you have any suggestions or advice, leave it below. I'd love to hear from you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video about lovers and friends and all that type stuff, and marriage and dating and blah 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 blah. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, YouTube.